You didn't lose them. You lost the illusion of who they were. This video isn't about heartbreak. It's about waking up, about shedding the stories that kept you stuck and stepping into the truth you've been avoiding. If you feel like everything's falling apart, maybe it's finally falling into place. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Connection. You thought they were your person, the one who understood you, saw you, stayed with you. But now they're gone, and you're left wondering what changed. The truth is, maybe nothing changed. Maybe you just started seeing clearly. We don't fall in love with people. We fall in love with the way they make us feel, the way they fit into the story we've written in our heads. We project our hopes, our fears, our wounds onto them. And when they stop playing the role we assigned, it feels like betrayal, but it's not. It's reality. Think about someone you once adored, someone who felt like home. Now ask yourself, did you love them? Or did you love the version of them that existed in your mind? That version was built from fragments, a kind word, a shared moment, a glance that felt like safety. But fragments aren't the whole. They're just pieces we stitch together to feel less alone. We do this because we crave connection. We want to be seen, held, understood. And when someone gives us even a glimpse of that, we fill in the rest. We imagine they'll never hurt us, never leave, never change, but people do. They always do. And when they do, the illusion cracks. It's not your fault. It's human. We all build illusions. We all chase comfort. But illusions are fragile. They shatter the moment reality steps in. And when they do, it feels like loss. Like something precious was stolen. But maybe it was never yours to begin with. You didn't lose a soulmate. You lost a mirror. One that reflected what you needed to see at the time. And now that you've grown, the reflection no longer fits. That's not tragedy. That's evolution. There's a quiet kind of heartbreak that comes from realizing someone wasn't who you thought they were. It's not loud. It doesn't scream. It just sits in your chest like a weight. But that weight is made of truth. And truth, no matter how heavy, is always better than illusion. You might feel angry, betrayed, confused. That's okay. It means you're waking up. It means you're starting to see people as they are, not as you wish them to be. And that's the beginning of something powerful. If this resonates with you, if you felt this shift, take a moment, breathe. You're not alone. And if you want to keep exploring these truths with me, consider subscribing to the channel. It's a small gesture, but it helps us stay connected as we unravel these layers together. Now, as the illusion fades, something else begins to stir, a deeper kind of pain. Not the pain of losing someone, but the pain of shedding who you were when you needed them. That's where we're headed next. Chapter 2. The Pain of Shedding. And so the illusion fades, quietly, not with a scream, but with a whisper that says, "This was never real." You don't even notice the moment it slips away. One day, you just stop waiting for their message. You stop replaying the last conversation. You stop hoping they'll come back and explain everything. But that's when the real pain begins. It's not the pain of losing them. It's the pain of losing the version of yourself that needed them. The version that clung to their words like oxygen. The version that believed if you just tried harder, loved deeper, stayed longer, they would stay too. That version of you is dissolving. And it hurts. It hurts because you're not just letting go of a person. You're letting go of a story. A story where you were chosen, where you were enough, where someone finally saw you and stayed. And now that story is unraveling, thread by thread, and you're left holding the pieces. You might feel like you're falling apart, like something inside you is breaking. But maybe it's not breaking. Maybe it's breaking open. There's a strange kind of grief that comes with growth. It doesn't come with funerals or goodbyes. It comes in silence, in the middle of the night, in the spaces where they used to be. It comes when you realize you don't miss them. You miss who you were when you believed they loved you. And that's the hardest part. Because that version of you was soft, hopeful, willing to believe in magic. And now you feel hardened, like the world has taken something from you. But maybe it hasn't taken anything. Maybe it's just showing you what was never really there. You start to question everything. Was it ever real? Did they ever care? Were you just convenient? These questions don't have answers, and maybe they never will. But they're not meant to be answered. They're meant to be asked. Because asking them is how you begin to see clearly. You begin to see the patterns, the way you shrink yourself to be loved, the way you ignore red flags because you're afraid of being alone, the way you confuse intensity with intimacy. And it stings, because now you can't unsee it. You can't go back to who you were before you knew better. And that's the ache of awakening. It's not just about losing people. It's about losing the illusions that kept you safe, the fantasies that made the pain bearable, the dreams that gave you something to hold on to when everything else felt uncertain. But here's the quiet truth. You're not meant to stay the same. You're meant to shed, to outgrow, to evolve. And sometimes that means walking away from the people who once felt like home. Not because they're bad, not because you're better, but because you're no longer the person who needed them. You're becoming someone else. Someone who sees clearly, someone who doesn't beg to be chosen. Someone who doesn't chase love that hides behind conditions. And that becoming, it's not easy. It's raw. It's lonely. It's sacred. There will be days when you want to go back, when the silence feels too loud, when the emptiness feels unbearable. But don't go back to what broke you just because it's familiar. Don't trade your truth for temporary comfort. You're not falling apart. You're falling into alignment. And yes, it's painful. Growth always is. But pain is not the enemy. Pain is the signal. It tells you something is shifting. Something is being released. Something is making space for what's next. So let it hurt. Let it burn. Let it cleanse. Because what's coming next is not a replacement. It's not someone new to fill the void. It's you, the real you, the one who doesn't need illusions to feel whole, the one who doesn't need to be needed to feel worthy. And as you sit in that space, raw, exposed, uncertain, something begins to stir. Not hope, not yet, but something quieter, something deeper, a sense that maybe, just maybe, this pain has a purpose, and that purpose is waiting for you in the next breath. Chapter 3, The Awakening. And then after the burning, after the ache, after the silence, something shifts. It's subtle at first, a thought that doesn't sting, a memory that doesn't pull you under, a moment of stillness that feels like peace instead of emptiness. You wake up one morning and realize you didn't think about them yesterday. Not once, and instead of panic, you feel calm. You're not numb. You're not bitter. You're just here, present, whole. This is the beginning of your awakening. It doesn't come with fireworks. It doesn't announce itself. It arrives quietly like dawn. You start to notice things you never saw before. The way your breath feels in your chest, the way the light hits your window, the way your own thoughts sound when they're not tangled in someone else's voice. You begin to feel like yourself again, or maybe for the first time. Because the truth is, you weren't just shedding people. You were shedding versions of yourself that were built around them. Versions that twisted, bent, shrank, and stretched to fit into their world. And now that they're gone, those versions have no purpose. they dissolve. And what's left is you, not the you who needed to be chosen. Not the you who feared being alone, but the you who knows that solitude isn't punishment amidst clarity. You start to reclaim your space, your thoughts, your time. You stop explaining yourself. You stop apologizing for your boundaries. You stop waiting for someone to validate your worth. Because now you know your worth was never theirs to give, it was always yours. And with that knowing comes power. Not the loud kind, not the kind that demands attention, but the quiet kind. The kind that sits in your bones and whispers, "You're enough." You begin to see love differently. Not as something to chase, but as something to embody. You stop looking for someone to complete you. You start becoming someone who doesn't need completing. You start building a life that feels like home, not because someone else is in it, but because you are. And in that life, you make space. Not for illusions, not for projections, but for truth. For people who see you clearly, for relationships that feel like mirrors, not masks, for connections that grow, not consume. You stop fearing endings. You start honoring them. Because now you understand every ending is a doorway, and you don't have to drag the past through it. You can walk through alone. You can walk through free. There will still be echoes, moments when the old pain knocks. But now you know how to answer. You don't collapse. You don't chase. You don't beg. You breathe. You listen. You let it pass. Because you've learned that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about remembering who you were before the illusion and choosing to be that person again. Stronger, wiser, softer. You've learned that love isn't possession. It's presence. That connection isn't control. It's clarity. That being seen isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. And now you're real. You're not the version of yourself that needed to be saved. You're the version that saves yourself. You're not the person who waits for closure. You're the person who creates it. You're not the one who breaks for love. You're the one who rises from it. This is your awakening. Not loud, not dramatic, but deep, lasting, true. And as you stand in it, whole, clear, alive, you realize something beautiful. You didn't lose anything. You found everything. You found yourself.